Hello, subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to well, technically it should be a Let's Stream Europa Universalis 4 Extended Timeline mod, Roma Invicta. But this video has not been streamed. This is a normal recording. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to at least give you guys something for this series, because it is still ongoing. I just haven't been able to stream it because the only time I have to really stream is on Fridays. And of course, Fridays are the days that people like to take off. So it makes it a pain in the ass to go and actually stream it. It would be easier if I had the money to build a rendering machine so that I could offload my rendering onto a separate PC. But that's not possible. I don't have the money to do it. But like I said, if I had the money to do it, I would be able to offload all my rendering onto a separate PC, which would make streaming a little bit easier to do on a more regular basis, since I'd be able to just go ahead and offload all the rendering over there. And while that's rendering on a while things are rendering on a separate PC, I can either stream or record something else. Generally speaking, like I said, this would allow me to be able to stream more often. But like I said, I don't have the money to go and build a completely separate PC for the sole purpose of rendering. In fact, based off of the way I would like to build it, it would cost me about $2 grand. So it ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Let me go ahead and start a timer that I have for an hour, and let's go ahead and at least get something. I did play a little bit for myself to see roughly what we should probably look into doing in terms of like who to attack, who to make allies with. But of course, since everything is going to be different each time you play, because battles have the dice modifier to them, so things are going to likely turn out different no matter what. But hey, I can at least try to stick to what worked for me when possible. So for example, I can go to war with Hungary, and honestly I could beat them because their allies are Rakabors, or however you pronounce it, and Gotland, neither of which are a threat. And to be honest, Hungary itself isn't really much of a threat either, and I can go ahead and give Serbia land, and Serbia would do quite nicely. I could also say, sure, Kiev, I'll let you in. You can grab a province or two if you really want. But first, I need to figure out exactly what they want. They want Torda and Maramoros, or however you pronounce it. Well, I want Torda as well, so they can't have it. Let's see. Serbia wants Toronto and Box. Well, I don't really care for either of those two, since I don't have connections to them, so they can have them. I wouldn't mind taking Thames from Hungary as well, if possible, but based off what I played for myself, that's not going to be possible. Also, based off what I played for myself, Hungary's going to basically be smashed by Poland because of this. So we're going to have to deal with Poland in the future. So we'll say, Kiev, you can join. Serbia, you can join. And I want Torda. The rest of you guys can have whatever the hell you want, but I am taking Torda. But before we do that, I do of course wish to move troops roughly towards the border to make it to where I can attack a little bit faster. So I'll go ahead and start sending some troops over there. Mongolia is no longer a valid rival. Or, oh no, I guess they're just not rivaling us anymore. Also, France, still a member of the Holy Roman Empire, because, well, to put it simply, they got their asses handed to them by England. Let's get the game out to 4 speed. Okay, now, Hungary, you give me Torda, you give Serbia what they want, and you give Kiev what they want. You can bring in Gotland and your other little ally over here. Nobody will probably do anything against Scotland, but Rakibors, well, my vassal might deal with them once they're done with their little Lithuanian separatist issue. But let's go ahead, move our troops into their provinces to start taking them ever so slowly. Serbia has joined, but Serbia has no military. And me and Serbia are not going to be friends forever. And 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. And actually, I probably could have left the game running for a little bit on low speed while I walked away. Oh, okay, we're making that a core. I was wondering what the hell was going on over there. I'm like, why is that like that? You are my better general. You have siege. Actually, you both have siege abilities. Never mind, you go there. Or not, I guess. We're gonna have to go and send somebody to beat the snot out of Hungary's army, because I don't need Hungary taking Serbia out. There we go. We managed to survive that. I don't know why we had to go along down here. And because of that, we lost those 2 provinces. Kiev, you better give me Torda or I will be pissed off at you. Okay, so Serbia wanted those 2 provinces, and we'll give them those 2 provinces. Got no reason not to. Well, in my opinion, there's no reason not to. Especially since we're not going to be able to get Thames anyway, and I'd rather not have a little blob of my territory smack dab in the middle of Hungary, so yeah, we're not going to do... Oh, god damn it. Hungary, I will murder you. Or, well, Poland will do it for me later, but nonetheless. I don't have the Diplo power to really lose, so we'll just ignore them and take the prestige hit. Okay, we'll be able to GTFO on the 21st. Tell our army to get the hell out of Dodge. Because I'm not going to lose my entire army to those damn Hungarians. Especially since my allies feel like being actually somewhat incompetent. I don't know what it is. When I play the game for myself, my allies are normally actually decent. But it seems as though, for some reason, playing the game while recording, or hell, even streaming, causes the AI to say, no, we can't let you have smart allies. That's just not right. Okay, better military tech. Thank you. I'll never complain about that. Thank you, Kiev. I was actually expecting you to tell me to piss off because you wanted Torda as well. And now I have to root out corruption for whatever reason. I haven't taken any territory, but for whatever reason the game said, now you have corruption because you're occupying land. Which doesn't quite make any sense, but whatever. Why did we not... game. If my troops have to walk into Kiev to go from Torda to Maramoros, but the Kievan troops are able to walk straight from Torda to Maramoros, something's wrong. I shouldn't have to walk through Kiev just to get there. Because Kiev doesn't have to walk through Kiev to get there. Yeah, I'll be honest. There are some aspects of this game that it's just like, what the hell? Clergy political struggle. I'd rather the clergy not gain any influence. I don't mind them gaining loyalty. But I'd rather them not get influence. In fact, I'd rather none of them get influence. In fact, I'd actually somewhat rather not have the estates at all. We'll support the younger candidate. They get some loyalty, we lose some prestige. And we lose money. Actually, I'd rather not lose the money. It's not like we're bringing in a whole lot. We'll just not meddle in their affairs. Jesus, the nobility are way up there. What the hell? Okay, well, you all seem to be fine, so we're gonna go down to Tortantal, or however you pronounce it. Torontal? Whatever. We're gonna go take that, give it to Serbia. Serbia won't defend it, of course, because Serbia has no military. Oh, well, they have a small military. About 10,000 men. And it's definitely not the most optimal army design. 6-4. They're going to take a penalty because they don't have, or they have slightly more than half of their infantry having cavalry. They'd be better off with only 3 cavalry, but they went with 4. Finally, we took that place. I don't know how long we were sieging it, but honestly, it felt like we were sieging for at least a year. Yeah, I kind of figured it's only a level 2 fort, and having a siege 1 general would have made it go quite a bit faster. There you go, Serbia, and... oh yes, Kiev, that's yours. So... I think that's a decent setup. I want war reps as well, and since you're gonna get your ass handed to you by Poland, there's no point in me really forcing you to give up your claims. I don't really care for you to give up your allies either. I'd much rather just take more land for myself, in all honesty, but that increases overextension quite a bit. So, it's not something I'd like to do. Oh, okay, so if I give Box to Serbia, Kiev says, well, that's not fair, you're only giving us 1 province. Fine, I won't give you guys any. We'll just go ahead and do that. I'll take 2, Kiev gets 1, and Serbia gets 1. None of them are complaining. Oh, well, also, give me money. Thank you very much. And so I need 53 war score. Or, well, roughly around there. Basically, we need to take over their capital. If we take Pest, we'll be done. Okay, you head over there. I didn't really want you guys to walk into the Hungarian army. Oh, never mind. Go back there because nobody's going to take it. And my ally is busy chasing the Hungarians into Polish territory. And Moldava needs to chill out. They're not going to get their independence. It's not the way it works. You can want your independence, doesn't mean you're going to get it. Aha! So, Georgia has an heir that is a part of our family, and actually I think he might be better than our current ruler. Well, he's crap in the military department, but he's definitely better in the admin and diplo section. And I think he's better than our heir as well. I guess they're technically both considered average heirs, technically. But hey, this means we might get Georgia in a personal union as well. Which is great. So, Georgia, I need your current ruler to die. Thank you very much. Also, so I kind of need you also to not lose your war against these pretender rebels. That's also fairly important. But, you know, once you can do those two things, we'll be gold. We'll be very happy. Or I will. You won't. I will. I don't really care if Georgia's happy. Also, still a no-go. They really want me to take their capital, otherwise they're just going to say no. Nope, okay. Let's go ahead and start bringing our armies back home. At least the ones that don't have to be up there on the front lines. And let's get the game up to 5 speed, because we're at this point just going to be sitting around waiting for the game to finally say, now you can take what you want. And now the game says we can take what we want. Well, kind of. You know what? Screw it. No, okay. You won't let me do that. Okay. A little bit of money, not a whole lot. In fact, we only get... oh, well, we get 106 of it. Okay, not that bad, actually. We'll get 13.8 aggressive expansion. And Hungary might join a coalition. Well, frankly, who gives a crap about Hungary? Of course they might join a coalition. It's their land that they're losing. Okay, we also have to deal with corruption because Hungary couldn't deal with their own. Manpower needs to recover. Reduce overextension. I think we'll go with the manpower first. I think that'll probably be hit before we manage to reduce overextension. Actually, no, probably not, because we're almost done with the other 4 provinces, which... oh, those are the ones from Moldavia. Also, go ahead and go through these provinces and increase their local autonomy so that they stop complaining to me. Oh, Riazan. Oh, you won't accept a royal marriage. Damn. Oh, and your ruler is 25, so you probably wouldn't really give a crap anyway. Or it probably wouldn't really do me any good to get you on my side. Oh yes, that reminds me. Also, mothball the forts. We don't need them. So, in my game, when I was playing this for myself to see roughly what we should do, Georgia never had an, or well, I think Georgia had an heir, but it wasn't a part of our family. So, this is actually good news. Because Georgia is a decent powerhouse. Well, when compared to their neighbors, I mean, you got Shirvan here with 7k, you got the Kumans, which probably only have like 2,000 or 3,000 troops. Got these other guys here, which again are probably only 2,000 or 3,000 troops. Mosul, which if I pull up the right frickin' menu, they have 15,000. Georgia is sitting at 12,000. So Georgia's not too far behind Mosul in terms of number of troops, and actually Mosul here is in the Muslim tech group, which is worse than being in the Eastern tech group. So Georgia still has a bit of an upper hand, though they would struggle to actually beat Mosul in a one-on-one fight. And the Abbasids are beating the crap out of Egypt again. And we still have our alliance with Khwarazm, or however you pronounce it, which will hopefully be a decent ally once we finally get around to going to war with the Abbasids, which will probably be in the relatively near future. We have to figure out what the hell to do with Rome. They are allied with Andalusia, so I'd rather not go to war with them. Because Andalusia is quite large. Although I think Andalusia might have just lost a war recently to Castile, which is wonderful news. So Castile is finally getting off their ass and doing something. If I go and actually check out Andalusia's army, though, they're sitting at, we'll say, 63,000 troops minimum. Yeah, that's a lot. And in fact, that puts them over the force limit. And we are sitting at 40,000. Granted, we have about 14,000 extra spaces if we wanted to, but I don't like the idea of a 14,000 man strong army. I prefer nice round multiples of 10. Or, well, not necessarily multiples of 10, but, 20, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, etc. I prefer those kinds of armies. It's just nice round numbers. Ooh. I'm going to have to say I would prefer to reap the administrative benefits, mostly for that stability, a little bit for the prestige, and a little bit for the admin power. And the admin power would be really great to have, because eventually we have to get to admin tech 45, was it? Let me check. 46. So that we can switch to the Eastern tech group. So, thanks for the stability. Also, I think I can now lower the root out corruption stuff a little bit. Get us a little bit of money back into our coffers. Oh. The Pope just sent money to Egypt. I don't know how much. Oh, damn. Wow. Pope really wants Egypt to win, so they said, Egypt, here's 305 ducats. Hopefully it'll be good enough for you. It won't be. Egypt is going to lose a lot more of their land. In fact, they're probably going to lose all their land right up here. Those two provinces are probably going to turn to the Abbasids. The Abbasids will probably take some of these sections down here in Egyptian Arabia. They may even decide to take Sina here if they really want to. So, to put it simply, Egypt is dead. They're not going to be doing anything from this point forward. And we're going to keep the game running on 5 speed during our downtime here. I don't really care about Patriarch Authority, and I don't think it would do me any good. I get more manpower, but I lose more taxes. Missionary strength increases and local unrest decreases. So I guess it's not that bad. But money's kind of important. So we're going to support the movement. And also decrease our inflation slightly. Oh, and Shervan sent some money to Egypt as well. Yeah, everyone really wants Egypt to win. But Egypt's not going to win. And, of course, we're going to lose all the administrative power I got from that earlier event. Thanks, game. Thanks. Oh, what are you doing, Georgia? You're ruining our alliance. And soon to be a personal union. Actually, can I claim your throne already? I'm curious. No. Okay. And sadly, your heir has a strong claim to the throne. That kind of sucks, actually. If it had a weak claim, I'd be able to just go ahead and claim your throne and put myself right on there immediately. I don't want to take the opinion hit, so... And I don't have Diplo power. What the hell, game? Seriously? You're like, hey, you can also get rid of the non-existent Diplo power that you have and just go further into a Diplo power deficit. Just cut them off from important affairs. Screw it. I don't want to take a hit to relations with Georgia. Also, are there any decent advisors? I mean, we got money to spare. So if you have any decent advisors, game, you don't really seem to. Okay. We'll take the diplomatic reputation guy, because I don't really care for the trade efficiency or the better relations over time. I really need more admin power, so we'll take the production efficiency guy. And our best military leader just died. Also, let me go ahead and set that to best guess. It's actually normally fairly accurate. Oh yes, and don't forget to spend all the money we got sitting in these storehouses, or in the coffers that, well, needs to be spent. So let's see, anything else? No, I'm trying to focus on the ones that bring in the most extra cash. And Andalusia continues to piss me off. But eventually we will deal with them. We will deal with them. We just have to wait. And the Pope continues to piss me off. Just like the Andalusians are. Okay, and I already upped local autonomy in the Hungarian territory, so they're pissy. They're upset. And Egypt no longer considers the Abbasids to be a rival. What the hell, Abbasids? I would have expected you to take those two territories. Instead, you said, we're going to take a lot of the territory down here and give some to Shamar. We're going to take a little bit of territory over here and essentially, we'll just say North Africa. And we're going to release Syria as an independent nation. That doesn't seem like the most practical use of that war. Especially since Syria has no allies. So if, for example, I owned this territory over here, I could easily go to war with Syria, knock them out before they can become a threat. And by that I basically mean before they can grow. Though they have nowhere to grow anyway, so it's kind of irrelevant, really. But yeah, I don't understand why they thought it was a good idea to release Syria as an independent nation. What the hell, Andalusia? Why are you having your troops walk through my territories? Oh, is it because you're at war with Egypt? And so you're like, this is the best route to get our troops back home. Send them through the Byzantine Empire and then through Croatia and Aquila and all the way back around through Europe. I wish I could have my troops attack them. Just wait on the side of a road outside Constantinople. Once they walk through, attack them. But that's not possible, sadly. Military power. I like, but I prefer admin. Oh, and our ruler just died. You're still going to become our personal union later, right, guys? I think so. Obviously, there's no real way to tell except for the fact that, well, their heir is a part of our throne. Or our dynasty. This is going to take ages. Oh, damn. And that'd be a nice guy to have, especially for a war, because discipline's always nice to have when fighting a war. Can I grant you a generalship? No, not right now. Won't be able to do that for another year. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. I will eventually integrate these guys. I just want to have a land connection with them. Which won't happen until I beat the crap out of Kiev, actually. or at least more than likely, until I go to war with Kiev, I won't be able to get a land connection with Galicia. That's fine. I don't really care to have more sailors. Oh, boost stability or harsh treatment? Let's go with harsh treatment. I need the admin, so we're gonna try and save it. And Mongolia just went to war with Mewar down here in India. Let's check Mewar's army. So Mongolia sits at 16,000. Wow, really? Only 16,000? Interesting. And Mewar has 17, probably actually 18,000 at least. Because they're down a couple hundred troops. So, let's see. Oh, but Mongolia has allies. Or, well, vassals. And the Jin have become quite large. And they're allied with Japan. And the Song are allied with these guys. We'll say Malaysia, just for the sake of simplicity. Although that's not the best ally. I think Japan is a slightly better ally. Because they're closer. And they can launch a naval assault if they wanted to down into this region. But these guys have to walk all the way through Lavo, Kamar, and Dali just to get into Song. Or they have to sail around. And if Japan has a strong navy, you're not going to be able to get very far. So that, yeah, the Song picked the wrong ally. I would have picked Dali as their ally. But they're at war with Dali, so they can't. That explains it. Also, spend more money, because we have it to spend now. That's probably going to be the only war that we end up fighting, actually, in this video, to be honest with you guys. Because, again, Roma is allied with Andalusia. I don't want to fight Andalusia. The Abbasids, well, I do have an ally. The Abbasids have decided we're going to go and beat the crap out of Tripoli, finally. But while I do have these guys as an ally, they're not the best. And if you ask me, I mean, let's take a look at this. They've only got about 17,000 men. Or, no, 18,000. It's not a whole lot. Got Georgia here with 11k. What the hell happened? They're down 1,000. They had 12 before. You got me with 40. You got Armenia here with 4. Serbia would never join a war against the Abbasids. Neither would Kiev. So my only allies are me, Georgia, Armenia, those guys, and then my personal union buddy up here. Which I don't think... We could beat the Abbasids. It would be a very long, drawn-out fight, though. Essentially, it would end up becoming a just slugfest, and you continue to beat the crap out of one another in small numbers, hoping eventually you manage to do enough damage to take a lot of territory. Of course, if I had 3 armies, this would actually be a lot easier to attack. Put one army here in Raba and another down here. That would lock out the Abbasids from being able to attack any third army that headed down here. Of course, they'd be able to walk through Shamar's territory, so not really as much. I would need like 6 armies to split the Abbasids in half. So, yeah, the Abbasids aren't going to be an easy group to fight. That's why these guys are here. Even though they're not the best allies, they are allies nonetheless. Appoint them. Administrative power, yes! We're still a ways off, though, from getting the oligarch republic, which won't be able to become right now unless people demand it. Because we cannot switch to a republic from a monarchy. At least via... Oh, good. The nobility lose influence. That's wonderful. Unless we have a rebellion occur. And honestly, I don't know if we're to be... Okay. So this did happen, eventually, when I played this for myself. I think it actually happened almost immediately after my war with Hungary, though. So... Serbia wants me to join their war against Croatia. They specifically want Slavonia. Croatia is allied with Trent and Alsace. Well, if I really cared, I could beat Croatia. Hell, I could beat them single-handedly. But to be honest, I don't really give a crap. And Serbia is not really going to be a valid ally from this point forward. Because sooner or later, Poland will realize that they can go and beat the crap out of Hungary easily. At that point, I'm not going to need Serbia or Kiev to help me finish off Hungary. So I don't really care to have Serbia as an ally from this point forward. So, although we would take a prestige hit, frankly, I don't really care, like I said, to have Serbia as an ally. I don't think they're going to be a good ally anymore. 6,000 man strong army. They can probably muster up to 10k if they're really lucky. So, I don't really want to. So, we'll just say a decline. Goodbye, Serbia. I know you're not happy. But no, I will not give Trent military access. So Serbia is going to lose. That's fine with me. I don't really care about them. Hell, if they lose land, that'd be good. It would somewhat even out because I gave them some land. And, well, I'm going to have to kill Serbia eventually. So, I don't mind them getting weakened. In fact, 1331, we're probably going to go to war with Serbia. Oh, good, more admin power. That reminds me. Send somebody to build a spy network in Serbia. Okay, finished converting a province. Yes, we are finally moving up on the admin tech. It only took putting us behind, well, probably about 30 years at least. I don't actually know how far behind we are everybody else. I mean, hell, Serbia's at 43. Croatia's at 43, Aquila's at 45, the Pope's at 44. Parma and Carthia are at 45, same with Brescia. Austria and Trent are at 44, Tyrol is at 45. Yeah, we're behind on admin, which isn't a surprise. The game just doesn't... Oh, the Jin have gone to war with Mongolia. Who knows how well that's going to work out. I would love if it worked out well. Especially since Mewar seems to be holding their own. Also, I just realized we have extra money to spend, so let's spend it. Okay, now we have nothing left to spend. And continue having the game run on 5 speed. Okay, Our royal marriage is over with Serbia. They are not inclined to accept. We need to get claims on their territory ASAP, though I kind of have to wait for their war to be over. Manpower recovered. The rival of our rival is Chaluka, wherever the hell they are. And I instantly assumed they're over in Asia because I just know this game. The AI does not mind making allies with people that are never going to be able to help them. Well, it would appear as though I may be wrong as to where they are located, which is actually a surprise. So let's pull up the find province. And so oh, no, they are here. Oh. Smack dab in the middle of India. I don't know how I missed them. Increase our legitimacy to 75. That's not going to happen unless we go to war, and we're not going to be going into a whole lot of wars right now. So we'll take the rival of our rival, send somebody to improve relations with you, and call it a job well done. We will continue to wait for Serbia to inevitably lose this war, find out what territory they have left, claim it, and then go to war. Oh, Armenia has a new heir. Let's get a royal marriage there. Fuck you, Croatia. Oh, damn, this guy's a military genius. Well, compared to the other guys we've had, I'd say he's a military genius. 246. Also like how it's a 246. Decided to increase it by 2 each time. Yeah, you can keep your name Theodoros. I think I'm gonna like you, Theodoros. I think you might be a wonderful well, a wonderful military leader. You're gonna be crap at everything else. You're only slightly better diplomatically than our current ruler. And you're worse than him at admin, and admin's what's important right now. I want to get us into the Eastern Tech Group, so we can have an easier time beating the crap out of the Abbasids and whatnot. Also, to get rid of this whole, because you're Roman, you lose 1 power in each of the monarch powers. Oh, there we go. Poland finally figured out that they can beat the crap out of Hungary, so they're doing it now. Oh, got some prestige. Wonderful. Got some admin power. The Pope continues to make claims on our territory. And Hungary received a gift from somebody else. Throngia, right up there. Let's see. Okay, I think that's going to be the last of the churches we build for a little while. Oh no, one more. But then we got workshops as well to build, which actually doesn't look like we have any place to build that would put it at plus 0.1. So maybe not. We got the constable at 45. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I don't think I'm embargoing many of my rivals. And that's something I might want. Oh, Jesus. It's going to take you like 1.5 months just to get back from Mongolia. Yep, don't send anybody to Mongolia at this point. It's going to take so damn long for them to get back. Okay, fabricated claim on there. We got 25 years to go to war with Croatia. Still the same allies? Yep, Alsace and Trent. Are we going to be able to actually get those guys? Yes, just barely. Oh, money to spend. Okay, yep, no other plus point ones. Let's go and actually check the army as well. Any place that'll give us 100 or more. Close enough. There we go, got some prestige and diplo power, wonderful. I don't really want to go to war with the Pope. I think he'd beat the snot out of us, especially since if I check his allies. Oh, he's got the Knights, Lucca and Aquileia, which Aquileia is going to be a pain. The Knights are also a bit of a pain, and Lucca, well, I could probably launch the invasion through Lucca, but I'd have to first get past the Knights, who have a small navy, same with the Pope, and I'd rather not have to deal with the navies. So we won't be invading the Papacy probably until I have a border along northern Italy. Just to hopefully make things a little easier. The only thing we can really do is prove legitimacy at this point, so that's one we'll take. Oh, Mongolia is no longer a valid rival. Now who do I... Oh, Abbasids. Hells yeah. Damn, England! Your navy, or your army is 77% stronger than mine. Yeah. Rival the Abbasids. We gotta try not to piss off the Pope. Or England, pardon me. Because they beat the snot out of us. Okay, wait for our diplomat to arrive, finally. Oh, did we finish converting that place? Yes, we did. I just need more administrators, actually. And embargo the Abbasids. Also, vassals, if you could feel so inclined, please also embargo my rivals. I want to maximize any damage we can do to them. These things happen. Recall that, diplomat. Wonderful. We got 40 points in each of our monarch powers. So we're ever so closer. So 2 years until we can go to war. Or not go to war, but improve our admin tech to 42. To get improved plows that everybody else has been telling us are wonderful. The Abbasids have just declared war on Syria. I guess that was their big plan. Well, Syria, you're screwed. Nobody wanted to be your friend. And frankly, I don't want to go to war with the Abbasids right now. Oh, and wonderful. Croatia fears me enough that I could threaten war against them to give me some of their territory. I wonder if Rome fears me enough to do the same. I'll have to look into that. probably take Raska first, just so my border looks a little bit nicer. I'm not normally big on border gore, but I do have some issues with borders looking like complete crap. So you give me Raska, thank you very much. Calm down, you Serbians. Understand you guys want your independence, you're not gonna get it. And frankly, I don't see a reason to ever give it to you. Because, well, we are the Byzantine Empire. Eventually to be Rome. In another 500 years. At the rate things are going, yeah, it's probably not too far off. So I'm gonna have to see if Rome fears us enough. Probably not, because of their alliance with Andalusia. Did Hungary win their war against Poland? No, that can't be right. They had to have just white peaced. There's no way in hell Hungary beat Poland. And Poland didn't take this territory. Bohemia did. Oh. But Poland is allied with Bohemia. So did Bohemia go to war with Hungary for that? Or did they go to war with the people that owned that territory to take it? Hungary said, we'll defend you. And then they lost. And Bohemia said, we only want this territory. Because that's the only thing that comes to mind. Okay, that's interesting. A little confused as to why that was the case, but it was. Also, money to spend. Let's go ahead and spend some of this money. Okay, there's really nowhere better to build our stuff. That's the sad part we got going. Let's see. Okay, I got about another 10 minutes. Or another 9 minutes, pardon me. Armenia asks for our help. They have a pretender revolt. Wait. What? Wait. Okay. So... Armenia has one of our guys on their throne. I guess I probably went into the vassals menu at some point and, yep, placed a relative on the throne. Ah, but because he's a subject nation, I'd have to break the vassalization, and then I'd be able to claim their throne. Interesting. We'll send them golden soldiers. Actually, it doesn't really matter, does it? They're just a vassal. I'd be able to eventually annex them diplomatically no matter what. So it doesn't really matter who's in charge. The only thing is that because we're the same dynasty, we get some opinion modifiers. Ah, fuck it. We'll send them the gold and the soldiers. The game's going to force us to take a loan because it doesn't realize it'll only be a couple of months before I'd be in the positive again. Monetary reforms. Lose stability, which I don't want to lose, but I would. And lose some inflation, which, how bad's our inflation? It's not really that bad. But if I say there's no need for reforms, we're gonna get more inflation. But we are losing inflation ever so slowly. And I'd rather not take the stability hit, in all honesty, so... we're not gonna push the reforms out. And now everything's gonna cost a lot more. But don't worry, guys, it's only gonna take a decade. to get everything back down to the way, well, probably not a decade, okay, probably 100 years, max. Especially since we're taking money from our vassals, or not vassals, but other people. Okay, repay that loan. You better not make me take another one, game. Oh, thank you. I'd have been pissed if you'd made me take another one. Oh, forgot about rum. Fabricate claim on Sivas, threaten war for it. Okay, so, yeah. It's because of their alliance with Andalusia that they say, no, we're not going to give you this land. Also, fabricate more claims on former Serbian territories that are now held by Croatia. And Armenia now has a new guy in charge, who I could very easily replace right this second if I wanted to. Suck on that, dude. You don't get to be in charge for long. He was in charge for like a week if he was lucky. Finally improved plows. We'll see if they're really as wonderful as people tell us they are. Okay, legitimacy is ever so slowly going up. Okay, see, Kiev, this thing, you are not promising me any land. So why would I want to join your war against Hungary? Especially since you'd probably cut me off. Now, of course, I could join the war and make a separate peace deal. And that is probably the better option in this scenario, because I don't want Kiev blocking my expansion in that direction. Because if I was Kiev, the lands that I would take are Bihar and Hunyad, or however you pronounce them. That's what I would do if I was Kiev. Because then they pretty much have free reign over the rest of the Hungarian territories. So, yeah. We'll accept, and we will actually hold off on resolving this war until the next episode. Which, obviously, because I'm not able to stream every day, and I'm sure as hell not able to stream every week, who knows when that will actually be. But whenever it is, and I may end up somewhat adjusting the series into having some of these episodes that are recorded in the old-fashioned way, to put it quite simply. Just because, at the very least, then you guys would still get episodes every so often. But let me know if you guys would be okay with me doing that. If you'd be fine with me doing some normal recording episodes spliced in with actual live streams every so often when I'm able to. This way, again, you guys would hopefully at least still get an episode every so often, and hopefully on a somewhat regular basis. But until next time, goodbye and farewell.